up, YouTube? So, wanted to go over some sort of, I guess, tips and tricks about how to get yo-yos and anything really, but primarily yo-yos, since this comes up rather often in the yo-yo community. They're limited release that sell out like that. You know, your G Squareds and what have you. Here's my tips and tricks as to how to kind of grab those yo-yos and be able to get them. You know, so you're not sitting there disappointed that they sold out before you were able to pick one up. So I'm going to kind of cover this in two different ways. We're going to talk about going places to get yo-yos, especially limited release ones, and then we're going to talk a lot about online. So let's talk about going places first. So a lot of times, initial release yo-yos, pre-release stuff that's going to sell out like that online, initially debuts at contests. For instance, I have a G Squared Ghost. That's right, I have a ghost. Because when you have ghosts, but seriously, so this was pre-sold. This isn't online yet. They don't even. Jake doesn't even have the art box or anything like that. But I've got one because I went to the Ohio State Yo-Yo contest and I picked one up. So that was the first chance anybody really had to buy one. So I have one, and they're gonna sell out real quick once they initially drop online. But I don't have to wait for that or look for that because I've already got one. So that's cool. So you know, that's a good way to get something that is going to sell out quickly, is to make it a point to go to a contest. You know, particularly if there's one in your area. Now, I live in Pittsburgh, as I've said 100 times, and there's quite a few contests within about 2 or 3 hours of me. And, you know, easy enough to make a day trip on Saturday or you know, make an overnight trip if I'm feeling like I need to get out of town or just get out for a little while. And, you know, go to a contest. And a lot of people have that ability or have that luxury, and it's a thing you can plan for. So, you know, I understand that, like, you know, money can be tight, or maybe you're a kid, you can't drive, you don't have a ride, or whatever, but, you know, ask around, figure it out. I got this last year at PA States in Erie, and this is a G Squared Wolf. These sell out immediately, too. Got this last year at PA States, and, you know, it's one of those things, like, if you go, there's no rush, really. You just kind of walk up. You can have a conversation with whomever is there, be it Jake or, you know, whomever you're trying to get something limited from. Maybe it's you want a limited one-drop release or something, and, you know, maybe one of the vendors kept a few for the contest or what have you, or something super special and new and mystery or whatever. Go to the contests. I mean, going to contests, I think, is probably the best way to get yo-yos, and plan for it, because then, you know, you can save up your money, you can have a good time, and you can interact with other yo-yo players, and you can come home with some cool yo-yos that you wouldn't have maybe had the opportunity to get otherwise. Other ways of doing this are to sort of find other stores that would carry the yo-yo that maybe wouldn't have the foot traffic or don't have the online, you know, sales that a lot of the bigger places do, like Yo-Yo Expert. Yo-Yo Expert stuff sells out real fast. That's where everybody goes first. But, you know, if you look at Yo-Yo Sam, a lot of times their stuff hangs out a little longer, and they have free shipping. You know, Yo-Yo, what is it? Yo-Yo Loco, they tend to not sell out quite as quick. And, you know, lots of places. Yo-Yo Best Buy kind of, they're like the #2 place. So, like, anything that they have that's sort of a limited release, that goes pretty quick, too. But a lot of, you know, a lot of the places that would have stuff. Now, G Squared generally would, if it goes online, it's either in the G Squared store or at Yo-Yo Expert, and that stuff kind of goes real fast. But, you know, lots of other stuff, you know, maybe goes, like the one-drop mystery boxes and, you know, Yo-Yo Factory mystery boxes and what have you, sometimes tend to go to other places as well. And maybe you might, even if, you know, if you can't pick it up at Yo-Yo Expert or whatever, you may be able to get it at a different place. But go to the freestanding stores. I constantly mention SW Randall, especially for stuff that would be like limited as far as colorway is concerned. Like let's say you want a special colorway of the Dune that's just coming out and is going to sell out real quick. Well, you may want to call, places that are freestanding stores like SW Randall or what have you, because I know they've got a couple limited edition colorways of the Dune still in stock. And, that's something you could grab by just kind of going to a local place that maybe doesn't have the online presence necessarily, and still get what you want without having to, like, hurry up and click and rush and do all that stuff. The other options are also go to the Facebook and the Yoyo Expert and the Reddit BST, buy, sell, trade. A lot of times people scoop stuff up real fast and then try to sell them again. And a lot of times, I mean, they'll sell them for more than they paid for it. But if you really want it, a lot of times you can pick stuff up secondhand, or it's usually mint in box, especially if it's something new. Somebody will pick up a bunch, keep the one they like the best, and sell the rest of them. And, a lot of times you can snag them that way, too. Also, good idea, go to Yoyo Club. Because if you go to Yoyo Club, a lot of times your other local guys or, guys who are competitors will, win something that you want in a contest. Maybe they'll win a G Squared Banshee or an SF Yoyos SF or something one drop or something that you wanted that sold out real fast or that's a limited colorway. And maybe they'll have it. That's happened to me. That's how I got my Warthog. Wasn't expecting to buy a Warthog, but went to Yoyo Club. And Kai had a Warthog that he won at a contest that he couldn't use because he's a sponsored player. And bought the Warthog from him. Didn't have to stand in line. Didn't have to hurry. Got the colorway I wanted, too. It's been sold out for a long time. So, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you go and if you stay involved, going places and remaining involved, you can get the stuff, maybe not through the main primary channel. But let's talk about online. So, online, something's going to drop. It's going to happen. Only a limited number and only a few people are going to get them. So, how do you get it? Number one, do some prep work. Anybody that gets one is going to do prep work. If you don't do prep work, don't expect to get one. So, what do I mean by do prep work? I mean, go in, log in, get on early, schedule yourself some time during the drop. If the drop is at 6 o'clock, schedule 5:45 to 6:15 or so, just in case there's problems with the site or whatever, where you can sit in front of it's best to do it if you can sit in front of a computer. It's great to be on your cell phone out in the middle and order stuff, but I'm telling you right now, you're going to be a lot faster with a mouse and with a keyboard than you would be on a cell phone. So, yeah, get on early, schedule yourself some time, and do some prep work. What do I mean by prep work? Log in, enter your credit card information, log into PayPal, however you're going to pay for it. Get all that stuff ready to go. Be ready to go with all that. Know what you want ahead of time. So, if they're dropping a couple of different colorways, if it's a blue one and a black one and a green one and whatever, think about what color you want. What do you want in what order? Say, blue's my first choice, green's my second choice. Write it out if you have to. It needs to be kind of a non-thinking process. This just sort of needs to be a thing that you click, go. That's it. You just need to, not have to think about it, not load other things into a cart. Pre-fill your cart with other stuff, if it's Yoyo Expert or something. If you were looking to pick up strings or bearings or another yo-yo or whatever, pre-fill your cart with that stuff. Don't already have, don't click the item that you want and then, try to go buy strings and stuff later because it'll be gone by the time you go to check out. Probably. Check your internet connection. If you can, plug directly into your modem. That's going to give you the fastest connection. That's going to keep your Wi-Fi from fritzing out because you won't be on Wi-Fi. You'll be directly plugged in. And just be ready to go. Be plugged into the modem and ready to go on as fast and as stable of internet as you can manage to get your hands on. Also, another helpful tip, don't sit on the page, like if it's got a countdown on it or something, like Yoyo Expert has a countdown, usually. Don't sit on that page, because that countdown page is not the page that you're going to be able to buy the thing from. So what you're going to want to do is have it up to click on, but don't click on it until the drop happens. So if the drop happens at 6, don't be sitting on it at 5:58 watching the thing tick down. because when it ticks down, it's just going to hit 0 most of the time, and then you're not going to be able to buy something. You're going to have to go back and reload the page and what have you, and that's wasted time that you could miss out on what you want. Sit a screen back to click on it at 6 o'clock or whenever when it drops, so that it pulls you right to the store page, so that you can quickly add it to your cart. And once you've added it to the cart, then all of your prep work is going to come in handy, because you're either going to be pre-logged into PayPal, where you can just click the PayPal button with all of your shipping and everything information in there. Click, click, click. Hurry up, click, check out, get out, and go. Once you've already ordered, and once the order is secured and it's on its way, and you get that confirmation, most of the places, the G Squared store, or because you get to talk, Jake is good, and so is Yoyo Expert. Their customer service is really good, and basically everybody's customer service is really good. So if something happens, if you make a mistake, you add too many to your cart or something, just because you were trying to move fast, you can always contact them and say, "Oh, hey guys, I messed up. Can we fix this?" And most of the time they'll fix it for you. I don't think that anybody would have any problems. "Oh, I added one too many to the cart. I didn't mean to buy 2. I just wanted 1." Somebody else will get one. They'll sell it out still. It's not like it's going to hurt them to fix that. They haven't shipped it or anything yet. So, you can always go back and fix that if you have a problem. But, the trick is to be pre-logged in and then move quickly once it drops, because you're going to want to get that within the first couple of seconds, because it could take 2 minutes and it'll be gone. So try not to waste your time there. Another good thing to do is to watch on social media. I find Facebook, and mostly just Facebook, is probably the easiest way to go, the easiest way to find it. Instagram sometimes, but I've never been lucky enough, and I don't follow Instagram hard enough to catch anything on Instagram. But a lot of times you'll see like secret drops or like early drops or whatever on Facebook or on Instagram, or on Facebook or on Instagram, or sometimes somebody will share that stuff to the Reddit, the subreddit the Throwers subreddit. So if you keep an eye on that stuff sort of regularly, sometimes you just get lucky. And you'll be, you'll just be browsing Facebook one day and you'll just see, "Oh, G Squared Banshee's dropped. I've got 3 of them. I drop them secret drop right now." And then, or G Squared Elites. I've got secret ones. Jake did that the other day. Secret ones. And, they were in stock for 15 minutes or so. So, that's not, that's a lot quicker, especially for only 3 Yoyos. That's a lot longer than they usually are. And if you caught it, you caught it. I mean, it's just kind of a thing. You got to sort of make sure you're up to speed on stuff. Make sure you like posts so that they come to your news feed, and just be aware. If you want something, keep an eye on it and do your prep work, and you will get it. I promise you. I've gotten every Yoyo I've wanted, pretty much, in whatever colorway I've wanted, just by sort of being prepared and trying. I don't spend a whole lot of time doing it, but I spend enough time and I do enough prep work. I've been collecting things long enough that I know what goes into, grabbing a limited release thing, that, you just got to do the prep work, prepare yourself for it, and then once the time is right, jump quickly, because you don't have a lot of time to hesitate. So once you've done your prep work, you can jump on it, you can get something, and you'll be super happy with it, because generally stuff that sells out real fast is real good. But that's it for me, guys. So, let me know what you think. Anything that you've been trying to get that you haven't been able to snag up yet, let me know down in the comments if you want to talk about it. We can sort of hash back and forth. This was kind of a general one, but if you want some like specific tips, or if you're having a specific issue, mention it down in the comments, and maybe maybe I'll be able to help you out. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Got a lot of new subscribers over the last couple days and last couple weeks, because got some cool contests and giveaways going on, so make sure you check those out. But again, guys, really appreciate everybody's time. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Cheers to you, and I will see you next time.